goals to find. The lead now 2 on aggregate for Paris Saint-Germain. And that means they've got to concentrate on attacking this PSG defence as best they can. And what a night we're in for now.
I mean, I don't know where to begin with that goal. I mean, the pass from Ruiz is outstanding. The movement from Kvaratskhelia, a different pass across. But you need to watch Dembele's movement. He goes back post and then runs away from the goal to get his space. And the execution's remarkable.
Here for Marquinhos. Stefanoff, who's expecting to be busy again. And trying at the other end. The French international up on the colour. Message over there. There was a lot of speculation in the German media this morning that he'd be the player to drop out for Liver, but in actual fact, it's the Canadian Alphonso Davies who has to sit on the bench. A bench that also includes the very exciting German teenager Lennart Karl, who's back after 7 matches out. Oh, here's Liver. As Bayern Munich look to put PSG under pressure for the first time tonight.
Under pressure.
Tonight, Arsenal have to find out that they're going to play in a few weeks' time in the Champions League final. And we're just waiting here, Ali, ready to see Bayern settle.
Yeah. Oh, even dead, and I couldn't believe the pace that PSG has got to the game. You would think it would settle down eventually, but you think back to the previous game. I'm not sure it settled at all. It was 100 miles an hour for the vast majority of the match.
One question I put to you, Stephen, who'd be a fullback in this company?
Oh, you got your workloads out for sure. But that's the thing that, you watch Wildman get in them positions and be very wasteful, throughout world football. But at the highest level of the game in the Champions League semi-final, you look at Kvaratskhelia there when he gets in, he takes his time, he looks up and he puts it on a plate for Dembele. It's just high-level quality.
Free kick. Oh, yellow.
So that just makes his life a little bit more difficult.
But I think it's okay. First part, 83 minutes to go.
Honestly, I like Vincent Kompany's drip,
Anthony's playing through, I think, doesn't it? It's there.
Elise.
So the confirmation of the card, and Bayern Munich, with that army of supporters behind Safanov's goal, got Elise and Kimmich over the free kick.
Come on, Bayern.
So Kveng on it. There's plenty of width, but he got it covered. Safanov.
We'll watch that. This ball here. Oh, can't get enough of that. Watch the belly, you can see him. Holds his run, there he goes, cuts back away, gets his little bit of space. The pace beats the goalkeeper. Brilliant. It's worth mentioning. He deserves an enormous amount of credit. Boy, has he come into his own. No Neymar, no Messi, no Mbappe. And he's just grown and grown and grown.
16 goals that Kvaratskhelia has been involved in the Champions League this season. He scored 10, he's made 6. Only Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid's been involved in more. I think that's what's really special about tonight. They're all a bit different, aren't they? The wide players, they've all got different skill sets, different sizes, different physiques.
Do you know what they all are? Unbelievably positive. They'll face up the fullback given any opportunity.
What do you go, Stephen?
This is really the opportunity, they're aggressive, the attacking at pace.
And the right I got a sharp flipped over to Stanisic. This is Lewis Diaz. Jamal Musiala. I think it was just taken away from the
problem with all of this air power that's being used against us in the high north that's operating from places like Lucy-Mouth. Waiting for a place like Lucy-Mouth is to drop a tactical nuclear weapon on it.
The scenario Professor Bagdon is talking about is a NATO-Russia confrontation in the high north, at which point the UK's RAF Lossiemouth becomes one of NATO's critical rear air defence bases. He argues as long as the UK relies exclusively on sea deterrence and a smaller scale tactical nuclear bombs in the west, the Russians think they can count on a quick response, or even no response at all.
You want a quick reaction on that?
24/7, 365 days a year, quick reaction force base with 4 frontline Typhoon squadrons on constant pilot. It also hosts the
Yep, started.
time control aircraft, crucial for detecting and tracking the E7 Wedgetail airborne early warning and control aircraft. So it's not hard
It's there! Ew!
to see why Moscow might want to take it out.
Fucking get in.
Use nuclear weapons. Is this conspiracy land, or should we be worried?
They do not want to
The way to get rid of this Lucy-Mouth is to drop a tactical.
keep a hold of the ball. Keep possession of it. Show us what Benson as well. It's off at the white line. Both teams attack with so much speed. In normal circumstances, the locks will the fullback will double up against the runner of quality. But both teams are attacking so quickly. There's limited time for the fullbacks to double up or the wide man in midfield to drop back and help the fullback.
This is Marquinhos, something of his undisputed number 1. Paris Saint-Germain at the moment. Let's get time on that side for the left back, Stanisic.
I must admit, I got that one wrong, Fletch. I thought Stanisic was going to start in the right and Bayern at the left, but
I've missed Hart.
Sure.
Some good flip by Michael Elise. Played back to it by Harry Kane. Mendes, of course, on the yellow card, has got to watch himself a little bit now. Elise knows that, can smell blood, gets to the byline. It's good defending in the end, though. Here we go, then.
Goal kick.
It's a goal kick, so
I think it was. I think they're wrong, but I think it got back off. He's got the picture not. Got a good view of it here.
Yeah.
I think it's been a corner.
Rich finding Musiala. Slipping away from Fabian Ruiz.
So, bro. So
So finding Musiala. Mendes. Very proud of Elise, wasn't giving that up. With Joshua Kimmich, so experienced, too high note for Kane.
on aggregate, it's my god, it's winning.
That's a good one, Rich.
Oh,
As well, and then look how strong Batinha was to follow up.
they won it back.
Down in the middle, Musiala. Given away by Kimmich, and now there's the chance for Kvaratskhelia to do what
No.
forward down the Paris Saint-Germain.
Come on.
Away from Upamecano. Brilliant again from Kvaratskhelia. The door closed by Tar. It's a corner to PSG, but you cannot blink here, can you?
We'll go back to Stan Bowen. What a challenge from Bruno Memphis. What a tremendous challenge. But the run from Kvaratskhelia is different level. I mean, have you ever been or seen a game where you've seen 4 level of wingers? No. On the pitch at the same time. Incredible. The standard is
Vitinha, man.
There's
W.
finding it difficult to get himself back to his feet here. which is an early concern for Vincent Company, who's full of style tonight down there. He's got the outfit on for the semi-final.
Shall I look at the top? That Bayern chance incidentally all came from a mistake in the right back position from Zaire Emery. Starlied on, possession of the ball. Coutinho does well, calms the situation. But the initial challenge, the initial block when Elise was different class from Mendes, believe me.
So Luciano up to the foul. Big night for Zaire Emery. He's got experience of playing right back before. In fact, he's the only player in this PSG lineup who's played in every match in all competitions this season. Doesn't always start, but he has a really important role to play within this group. So after the break, to make sure that Musiala's okay, it's a corner to Paris Saint-Germain, and Marquinhos and Pacho have gone in there. Dembele's come out to take it. Goes short to Kvaratskhelia. In from Nuno Mendes and cleared out by
Good. My guys missed.
So Lauren say Emery Musiala wants to come back on. To 0-8.
Say PSG in the early stage of the game, only 15 minutes. They get a lot of joy in behind Lima and to the right of Meccano in that right centre back position of Bayern Munich.
Oh my god, man. Gabe's got a fucking pickle soda again.
One more by Joshua Kimmich, picked up by Tar, Harry Kane. Defended there by Marquinhos. Kvaratskhelia was trying to nick it down the corner. He managed to find Elise. A little slip allows Doué to get back on the ball for PSG. That's going to be a throw into the European champions. You'd fully expect Bayern to score tonight. They've scored in all 51 games they've played this season. The last thing to keep a clean sheet against them, though, were Paris Saint-Germain in the Club World Cup last summer. But they've been a goal-scoring machine so far this season, particularly the front three. Elise's got 21, Diaz 26, and Harry Kane 24. So really want to give the ball away there with the pressure from Dembele. Luis Diaz.
Oh, what a switch. That's some ball.
That's quickly on the scene and fouled by Munich's Elise.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Mendes handles Alicia now and picked up that yellow.
The one that concerns me a little bit, Stephen, on the defensive side of things at the moment is Upamecano. He's not necessarily got the speed to cope with Kvaratskhelia down this side.
Yeah, he seems to be overloading this left side. You know, Fabian Ruiz coming over, Doué's even coming right across the pitch the side. I think that, you know, Luis Enrique spotted the weakness in this Bayern back four, certainly down this right side. They look to exploit both players, right side centre back and the right back.
Comfortable.
Full header for Nuno Mendes. Getting touched on by Fabian Ruiz that puts it in a tight spot. They've already won the Bundesliga Bayern Munich for the second successive season under Vincent Company. He can't get to the final, be the first Belgian coach to do it since Raymond Goethals back in 1993 with Marseille. See how dispossessed by João Neves is Dembele. So their mistake in possession from Vitinha. Kimmich now ran straight into Pasho. Bayern skating on to Doué right in front of Luis Enrique.
Oh, PSG. A little.
Away from Tar. It's wonderful balance and such quick feet. Referee
And-
giving the challenge. He's come up to Australia. Going up Leiber, dropping the shoulder, hitting the shoulder with such a deflection. And was comfortable in the end for Manuel Neuer. And due to the speed of the match, here comes Bayern.
Kane.
Away. Harry Kane leading the charge for the team in red. Only facing space on this side, but that's a really good header by Vitinha.
Is
Here's
it
Luis Diaz.
Diaz? Diaz just
In by Pavlovic.
ball in the box
Waiting. Mendes underneath it. Lima coming onto it.
by Munich in the PSG box. Get it out.
Not further by Doué.
Munich have it again.
Diaz against Zaire Emery. Big battle. Key battle tonight. Diaz looks like he's going to win this one. Zaire Emery's all over the place. But he couldn't quite get his foot around the ball to get it into the back of the net, but he enjoyed
Okay.
it. Showed it confident.
I would suggest to you, you
Come on.
20 minutes. Both right backs are having problems, massive problems. You know what? I've been there as a midfielder though. When you manage, you put your right back at this level of the game and the standard of play. It's so difficult in them 1v1 moments when the play can go on the left or on the right. You do it at such speed. It's very difficult to stay with that.
I did not lie. I never said that I. Wait.
We've seen some sights
I
of
never
it.
said that I wasn't.
Stick it down. We can barely see the pitch with everybody
Actually.
stood in front of us. The fella's just gone past.
You took it upon yourself to think that you can go back to the stream.
There's such an atmosphere in here.
You're naughty boy. You can go back to the stream, right?
It was like Diaz is starting to
I said,
to it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Flag stays down here on Harry Kane. The referee actually blew before the flag went up. He'd seen it first.
By the way, it was 1-0 to PSG already in the first 2 minutes.
It's offside.
Game of Thrones is celebrating its 15th anniversary this year. You can watch all episodes of the award-winning series, plus A Night of the Seven Kingdoms and House of the Dragon over on HBO Max ahead of the new season, which starts on the 22nd of June. The one streak has continued tonight. And PSG have never had a goalless draw in the Champions League knockout game.
Yeah.
At least one scored in all 64 that they've been involved in. I didn't suspect this was ever going to be nil-nil, boys.
No, I was pretty confident that with myself.
Wow.
Charge forward from João Neves, helped on by Dembele. This is Warren Zaire Emery. Now Marquinhos.
Should I just react while I'm in bed?
Mendes couldn't get the other side of Lima. Couldn't get the free kick Lima.
Size a little give and go, but Lima gives him a nudge.
I might.
Jump seven.
I'm so tired. It's on. Five number. Fat. Yeah. Five number. Fuck off. Fast number. Fuck off. Come on.
Oh, it's a high press. A really high press.
João Neves led it, but Vitinha's got it. Now Kamara and Scalian.
I fucking love orange juice, man.
I think we look like Upamecano. We got there quickly enough.
Don't think he wants to hang about in that right back position too much up in Meccano.
Zaire Emery.
Oh. Oh, fucking love it, man.
Which stadium with a lovely layoff to Nuno Mendes.
This is my favourite. I feel like he's not giving a lot.
It's not often you see it, but complete their wrong option. Twice there.
Holy fuck.
I'm worried. Forward player, and then back Nuno Mendes.
Scratches him after the challenge a little bit here. Tries to pull out, doesn't he?
Yeah. And don't forget, we've got more semi-final European football tomorrow night. Europa League, Aston Villa, Forest 1, 7 o'clock, PSV Sports 1. And the Conference League semi-final second leg, Palace in control against Shakhtar Donetsk.
Oh, yeah.
TNT Sports 2 at 7 o'clock. Both games on HBO Max as well. And the Premier League match this weekend, Liverpool-Chelsea, live from Anfield, 11 o'clock we start at TNT Sports 1. So what the early Dembele goal, and they've got a 2-goal advantage on aggregate, the defending European champions. Back at the scene of the crime, they won the Champions League in this stadium last season, but here comes Michael Olise for Bayern Munich. Hits the shot just over.
No. Brilliant, really is.
That's a good shot.
Too much height on it. I think the goalkeeper's well beat. As was Mendes, not for the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. It's principle that PSG needs to get support over to Mendes. Especially with a big together. So be careful with his contact. Yeah. He needs to get Paris over or Facto over a lot earlier. The ball's the 1v1.
What's in it?
Kane, Olise. Shooting from Fabian Ruiz, free kick given to Bayern Munich. So you can't have some Musiala. Got to be careful though, not to turn the ball over in positions like that.
Can't lie, there's quite a lot of sugar there.
Keeping it squared on. Needs to try and open his shoulders so he can see.
That's in one fucking lap.
Turn the ball over a lot more.
The bench challenge there by Marquinhos, quickly onto it, but it's not the ball. And what's he going to do here? Is he going to send Nuno Mendes off for a second yellow? That's not the question.
Send him off!
He's giving a free kick the other way from Ellis. Cananelli.
What?
Into the.
What? Makes a save them. He's a lucky man. It's made me lucky.
What the fuck? What in the fucking shithousery is this? That's fucking handball.
I think it would have been very harsh, I need to tell you. But the incident was before it, which probably saved any problem anyway.
What?
He's certainly walking a tightrope, isn't he? The next mistake could be fatal from this perspective.
Oh!
You can see most things. I'm reading shirt.
Sending it to
Writing run forward. Checked all the way though by Fabian Ruiz. Harry Kane quickly.
I've never seen Harry Kane run. Oh, fucking hell. I have to.
Dangerous Diaz. It's Marquinhos who's gone out there.
Diaz. And it in is offside.
Zaire Emery couldn't deal with the strength of Pavlovic. Stanisic
Oh my god.
crossing towards Kane and Safanov in a rather bizarre way to clear the ball.
That's a maul! What the fuck?
Blasted off him, hasn't he?
What the fuck?
I think the referee.
Nah! The game's gone. The game's gone. That's a pen. What the fuck is going on? That's twice. That's a straight. You can fuck off. There's no way.
And it's the Champions League. I will reiterate. Right again.
I know.
That's a
Is this a penalty?
that's a blatant pen.
Finishly said.
What the fuck? It's not gave it.
This was the referee, by the way, in charge of the Forest Villa match last week. Thiago Martins is his video assistant. He's the assistant VAR tonight. He's part of the team, and I thought he had a good game at the City Ground.
I thought he was excellent at City Ground.
And it,
I'm chopping in right now. I do not want to see a penalty given for that.
That's 2 shouts for his hands.
that's lips two.
So the remains 0 to Paris Saint-Germain. They're still Bayern Munich. Can't find the breakthrough on the night.
Mate, honest, this referee, I want Bayern Munich to score.
Themselves surrounded and
What?
from Stanisic.
What?
He gave him a yellow card there as well, didn't he? It's a free kick, all right. Don't know what you're playing about.
Mate, honestly.
I think he needs to keep his wits about him tonight. That's the video.
Yeah, I think he will. I hope he will.
Yeah. So Petunia with the free kick in towards Tasho and coming onwards. Oh my
Oh, what a save!
Trout there's this header was destined for the bottom corner. Great hand from Manuel Neuer.
I mean, he's shocking defender, but it's a brilliant ball deep into the heart of the defence. He holds his run, takes his
It's
run
on.
really well.
What a fucking save! I don't believe it.
If he had just kept Bayern Munich in the semi, yeah.
Wow.
See if he bounces it nearer the goalkeeper, it gives him a bigger problem.
Well, there's all kinds of plastic plastic being thrown here. There's a lighter that's been thrown as well because that's been shown to the referee. Neuer feels the need to go across. Dembele's actually taken the lighter, which is a red lighter, to the referee. So when we don't ugly scenes like that to spoil what is a fantastic game of football here. Correct. There it is. That was good from Neuer to go across and just calm down that section of Bayern supporters. Zaire Emery, Vitinha. Straight at Michael Elise. So
Arsenal.
Elise's a lucky boy. Take that big free kick here into the back post. Elise just switches off. It's not a strength of his, the defensive side of the game. You know what I mean? If he bounces it nearer the goalkeeper, he's got a bigger problem. Still a good save.
Julia gets on the ball again now. Nuno Mendes. It's away from Elise. It's the shot that takes a deflection, and that's straightforward. But Manuel Neuer quickly wants to get it forward towards Luis Diaz. It's a lovely touch, but he's very spotted the goalkeeper off his line. For all that howl of excitement from Harry McCoy.
It really did. Because I looked where the goalkeeper was and it was on. For him, I've got to say, I had to excuse me there, I didn't get that excited. But I just looked at the goalkeeper and I saw the opportunity for an early chip.
You're not sure who's more excited, you or the fellas in front who won't sit down? Dewey ran into a bit of trouble. It's a Stanisic, Lima. The press from the Paris Saint-Germain front players relentless, but they've got it to Stanisic, who's come all the way from the left to the right, swings it into Kane.
Bayern.
They're still waiting to generate that clear chance for the England captain.
Diaz, isn't it?
Diaz, who's a bundle of twists and turns and energy. Upamecano. Olise. Stanisic has challenged. It's Diaz. It's one back by Saya Emery from Pavlovic, supported here by Douay. Given away by Upamecano. Jean Neves. Douay's got a bit of space to operate in, and he's got support as well. Fabian Ruiz on the far side in a great position. Kvaratskhelia crosses it, and Jonathan Tah blocked him. Kvaratskhelia with no room to operate in, but still wins PSG the corner.
That's Fabian Ruiz at the back post made a brilliant run. It all came from a mistake in the middle of the park from Upamecano. Just felt it'd been more beneficial if the ball had gone earlier from PSG's point of view. Earlier to the left-hand side to Ruiz.
They never used to build wingers the size of Kvaratskhelia, did they? Certainly not ones that could move like him.
Just saying, this ref, yeah,
Emery.
dickhead.
By Upamecano.
Absolute dickhead. Should have been 2 handballs. And one of the handballs should have been a pen.
Conrad Lima to Jamal Musiala. Showed defending it well. He's such a good defender, isn't he? You never see him making this
Really tight.
Just watching the programs,
There he is again.
so I thought I can shout as much as I want up here. Yeah.
Mentioned instead by Dembele.
Never.
The Watford have not really been able to get into dangerous positions just yet to really try and test Paris.
Yeah, this year was quiet. Not a lot of space in there.
West National team that's won their last 7 two-leg knockout ties in the Champions League. In control of the semi-final as it stands, although here's Olise for Bayern. Stadium going back well. Musiala, this is Kimmich. Pavlovic.
Oh, it's Dembele, man.
The terrorised
They're going to play
side again.
a press and 2 goal kick. Oh, I'm not good.
At what point does Vincent Company start to become concerned? 5.5 minutes left in the first half. The overall aggregate lead is 2, which is significant against a team of this quality.
Not at the moment. Second half, some stage.
Mexico with Popuki Bear.
How hard is it to manage emotions, Stephen, on a night like this when you know you've got goals to find and time ticking away?
Well, you know, you should look really and think about what the team needs, what individuals need. It's one thing I have noticed they've missed that maybe starting a little bit too high, playing a little bit too close to Harry Kane.
This is an interesting situation. Diaz running at Marquinhos. Always thinking one touch too many.
I tell you what, we're having slightly critical over the human, but that was some switch of play. The right centre back from Meccano there. To wide left to Diaz. Brilliant pass. And early.
Boy, has decided to come and deal with it. Original. They all do it there. He set the bar. It's approaching 600 matches for Bayern Munich. Second most appearances in the Champions League for a goalkeeper behind Iker Casillas. The save he's just made from João Neves vital for the situation that Bayern Munich find themselves in. Queuing to Elisa. On it goes to Musiala.
Right.
It's good from Musiala to get to the byline. It's a good hand.
Oh!
Clearly made by Fabian Ruiz. And then further it goes from Marquinhos.
Good strong hands, the goalkeeper there.
You should put him in the eccentric bracket, Safanov. I mean, he never seems to do anything in a boring way, does he?
I'll give every goalkeeper in the eccentric department, but quite honestly.
I've got some fella now wants to watch me television. That's how far we are in the crowd tonight. He'd like to sit with us.
Man, it was Richard.
Well, Reiner's gone forwards. Managed to click the crossing, but the attentions there of Nuno Mendes were good from a Paris Saint-Germain perspective. Zaire Emery manages to get his side to throw in on that side. It's just not quite working when they get to that position for Bayern yet.
No, but he ain't defending again, Nuno Mendes. He just puts the attacker under pressure, which affects the quality.
Under pressure. Holy shit. Holy shit, buddy.
It's only the one player we've hardly mentioned from a PSG perspective, apart from the goal, is Dembele. He's got the most important hit of the night. Here's Pavlovic. Okay. Elisa, it's got Fabian Ruiz. The company, he's defending it well. He's missed up a few games, Fabian Ruiz, but he's back fit, playing well tonight.
Oh, Bayern's won it back.
Top that line. Elise's back heel to Musiala. Looking for the space. It's
Musiala. Oh, save.
cleared away by Zaire Emery. That's so much better from Bayern.
That's brilliant football, but Kane moves the centre back to create the space. It's brilliant.
Stanisic to Pavlovic. Musiala.
That's it.
Musiala.
Oh, I thought I went in.
The World Cup, haven't they? So's Musiala. He's
Wake up.
the ball in better positions. Open the
Wake
shoulders
up.
so he can got that half team and really get his shots off.
How do you feel? If you don't know,
Public football before it didn't do the
That-
justice there. That little clip, believe me.
Clean sheeted half his Champions League.
that is from
Very Safanov.
Run.
It's Harry Kane.
I'm not telling you to run. I'm not telling you to run, but
It's too high for Dembele.
I know what I'm going to do for half time.
4 seconds. This pulsating first half in the
I doubted. The fuck did you do?
Straight here, the whistle now.
Nah, man. Nah, man. Like ADHD is not in it. I know it. Oh.
Jamal Musiala again. It's another shot. Jamal Musiala. Target moves four.
Good. That's a yes. No.
Which the Bayern supported.
2 added minutes.
No, I wouldn't have minded another couple myself.
But nah, man, I think.
There he has done the first half.
I think it's because I'm tired as fuck as well. Oh yeah, I've been drinking alcohol.
Work rate of Kamara Scalia when
Yeah.
Munich got the ball is outstanding, isn't it?
I think you could say that across the board. They're all on the front foot. They're all
Yeah.
the way.
It reacts with my tablets that I have for my ADHD. Does alcohol, so sue me.
Everyone runs for each other.
Don't.
Yeah, you're talking about the talent, so it should. But I'll tell you what, you don't graft, you don't play.
Situation as it stands is that Bayern would need to score 3 tonight to win it.
No.
Is if they don't
No.
7 times.
Not
The biggest competition this season.
On what grounds?
It's
Because
something that impossible to break down as yet.
hey. What are you willing to do?
Again, by
I'm joking, I'm joking. The fuck you on about this? Just a little court cut, yeah. You know.
Stanisic wasn't the best.
That's one in it.
Nice flick, only finds Stanisic.
The man Max.
Last attack in this half. From the Bayern, but there's Fabian Ruiz again, although he's been penalised for a foul.
No.
Kamara Scalia is going to get himself booked for kicking the ball away.
Yeah, I'm high on
Sense of
tiredness.
the Bayern Munich. Joshua Kimmich with a free kick, but sent Lotaro up on Ricardo.
Oh my god.
The Shimon penalty area.
Set piece. Oh!
The kick might well have been Jonathan Tah in the middle of all of that.
Again, isn't it? Oh, it's a free header. God, they hit the target for a completely free header. Didn't even think about bringing it down his chest.
Well, they thought it might sneak in, but the half-time whistle was now gone. The only goal was scored inside 3 minutes, made by Failure, finished off by the man.
Hurricane still wants that.
There have been chances for Bayern Munich. Jamal Musiala was going into the game before.
Almost enough to raid you. That was what? You know what? Fuck it. Fuck Paul. You know what? No, I'm gonna play Paul actually. What are you having for dinner, dude? I've already had my food. I've had a little pizza. No. The pizza was like that big, innit? And I had 2 of the bastards. I was a greedy bastard, yeah. I was a greedy bugger. Yerp. What on it? Cheese and tomato, and then I put some chili peppers on the, well, red chilies, and then chili powder, hot chili powder, and then to top it off, some fucking hot sauce. I love my spice. Yes, I love my spice, dude. Honestly, filth. You don't spell filth like that. So you're saying Phil. It's always good. Fucking knackered, man. I'm thinking. It's only right. It's only when the food bang and you spit it like that. If it's really good, add another tea on the end. Oh. Oh my god! Wait, I remember them. Wait. Oh fuck it! I'm just gonna sit in bed. Watch YouTube. Chat. I'm cooked. I mean, I'm not. I'm. If anything, fucking undercooked. What? Nah, man, you can't. You can't be doing that. No, no, you're naughty boy. I bloody knew it. Hey, hey.
What she's so twerking? Is he not got any burger?
No, that's filth. I'm just getting to bed. Oh, cool. Oh my god. Know what this is for all the people out there? Yeah. It's actually not. Oh. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. So. Sunset. That's a car. No, because it's getting dark over there. No, look, light, dark, and also, wait, where you live? But fuck off. I'm in like Afghanistan, innit? Good. Oh, Scooby Doo. Oh, I wanna be like you. Scooby Dooby Doo. I don't think that's the case though. I fucking think so. No, you can't just change where you're from. I'm actually from Afghanistan, and I live in Afghanistan. To be precise, Kabul. What the fuck? Good accent to be born and bred there. Hooray! Yeah, what to get split with though? Oh, I can fit Irish. I have my car. Okay. This fuck. Let's just put it down. Who? Who? Right. Oh, fuck off. Okay. I thought it was the second half. It was no. Pomegranate. Anyway, I'm a mute. I'm gonna mute until the second half comes on, and I'm just gonna stay in my bed at this point. I cannot be bothered, buddy. I cannot be arsed. What the fuck?
It's a strong position that Paris Saint-Germain find themselves in. Their supporters enjoying their night in Munich. They've got this 2-goal cushion on aggregate. But of course, if Bayern Munich can score the next goal, we saw how the first leg in Paris absolutely exploded. And there's no reason why that can't happen again. They've just got to make sure, Bayern, that they don't concede the next goal, because that would be probably too far to come from behind against a team of this caliber, Alan.
Yeah, you would think so. Even after what we saw last week, you know, PSG going 5-2 ahead, thinking it's all over and all of a sudden 5-4 finish. I would think that from Bayern's point of view, they have to score the next goal.
Stephen, when you're in a situation like this and you're going at half time and you know you've got such a big 45 minutes ahead, I mean, you've been in an even more critical situation than Bayern find themselves in tonight. What's the half time conversation like? What kind of messages are sent out to the players from each other?
Police, they get that next goal about it. Goal, take games of momentum. They get the next goal, this crowd will get right behind them. So mentally, it'll help them, give them a lot of confidence and a lot of belief. But the risk and the threat, you just got to be careful. You're not too aggressive. You don't overdo it because PSG is so dangerous on that counter.
Complete performances in that first half from Paris Saint-Germain players. We talked about the Kvaratskhelia impact on the goal that Dembele finished. Had anybody been better than Fabian Ruiz so far?
With the pick so far out in 45 minutes, you know, for a man that hasn't played a considerable amount of time recently, I think.
Wow, what a stadium that is.
I mean, absolutely not out yet, because check the stats beforehand. I think they've taken 29 points this season, the Bundesliga lads, from losing positions, which tells you there's showing a lot of spirit and they never give up.
So we're going to start with the same 22 that started the first half. No changes made by either Vincent Kompany or Luis Enrique. The all red of Bayern Munich. The dark strip, the change strip for the European champions. Paris Saint-Germain, there was 6 a goal inside 3 minutes. The only scoring tonight. And one of the more baffling things we see in Europe, this great PSG team kicking out towards the corner flag through Coutinho, which just makes me and you look at each other a bit. See it happen. Here we go. That goes at least right, but that shows you just how quick Tasho is, because he didn't give up any ground in the race, did he?
He did not. But get back to your point, arguably the best passing team in the world.
This Musiala is the touch that got him down. Marquinhos, who's solid as a rock back there, the captain. But Paris Saint-Germain with the clearance. How important is his leadership out there, Marquinhos, for PSG, Stephen?
Yeah, vital. You know, he's got that experience, big game player. He's the glue in this team.
Harry Kane onto Luis Diaz. Marquinhos has got the defending to do. Pavlovic. Now Stanisic. Just looking at some of the spectators filing cast us back to their seats. It's astonishing, really, how much beer you can carry back, Ali.
I was just thinking that myself. There's no end to that gentleman. It just passed us. That was remarkable.
I think he would have been happier with a forklift truck, but he managed to get it there.
He certainly looks as though he's capable of handling them.
Playoff by Elise. Harry Kane lifts it through. Nuno Mendes comes across. Tasho's got a bang on the head and has gone down. And the referee is going to stop it.
Well, he puts his head in, doesn't he? Kane lifts his boot, whether there was any contact. So it looks as though there was contact. He's looked for a free kick. Partial for sure.
I know we focus a lot on the goals in these respective teams, but I think it's worth pointing out that Paris Saint-Germain have kept 5 successive clean sheets in their last 5 away games. So they're not a soft touch. I mean, people look at the goalie and say that he's the weak link, etc., but that's not been the case. They're strong across the board because they work so hard without the ball.
I'm not getting away from that. Clearly, we don't talk about the defence that much because the front line's absolutely remarkable. Look at that without the goal. Yeah.
Like a big bowl of red jelly. He's the one they've got to get involved. Harry Kane hasn't really fallen for him yet.
It's been well marshalled. But we all know he only needs one chance, doesn't he?
And don't forget, we've got the Adobe Women's FA Cup, Liverpool against Brighton, live on Sunday, 11:45 on TNT Sports 1. Sunday at 2:45 on the same channel, you can see Manchester City up against Chelsea. We've got the Emirates FA Cup final, Chelsea against Manchester City, Saturday, the 16th of May. And the coverage that day is going to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm reliably told. It's at 1 o'clock there, HBO Max as well. I think we're planning on a full day. Looks like let the cat down the back there. Well, like we're going to get a wrap on the good. Not from me anyway. I think it you're right. So that's all to come. We don't know what's in store in what remains of this, what's been a quite outstanding Champions League semi-final. I think for Bayern Munich, it's there as well. Had a really good chance just before half time with that header. Still the world, someone against Zaire Emery. Still, Munich, sleeping again. Can't enjoy the endeavour of the Bayern Munich players. By Neuer, on the beat by Sean Neves. Something come. They just left a bit on the William pressure there as he cleared the ball away. It's the second bang on the heading. It was quick time. Ecuador international. Taking the Champions League, but it's the first session this season. Such a wonderful job. Nice session like this. But winning the first leg, they did the fastest of 50 wins in the Champions League with a single club. It only took him 77 matches, which is 3 fewer than Pep Guardiola took the Barcelona. Serial winner.
Certainly is.
Doué's touch. They are very big ball by Tar. Vincent Stanisic. Gets it back again from Musiala. Harry Kane. Quick feed wrestle one by Munich, the free kick.
Really get going yet. Just a little bit scrappy for both teams at the moment.
Kimmich headed away there by Nuno Mendes. Michael Elise. Luis Diaz. Stanisic, Harry Kane.
Yeah, it's wanted to hit that one first time.
Something to bring a light back. He was sticking to that clue. By pressure, Pavlovic got there to find quickly on the scene the imperious Vitinha. And I so here's him. Probably can't. Look at the
Brilliant defender. Really is. Not only does he match the run, gets his body in front of him as well. Tremendous. Clear the left back position. That's where the space was.
You'd enjoy Vitinha next year in central midfield, wouldn't you?
Oh, it'd be a pleasure.
We speak so much about how good they are in possession and how good they are from a tackle point of view, but I've been so impressed with the multi possessions like that and to a man across the pitch, the way they can run it, been so impressive. Down by Kane. It's a great place to go to Marquinhos. Done fouled it. They're getting one or two waves from the Bayern fans if they're sitting back in their seats. He wasn't always this popular in German stadiums, TV. All is forgiven. It seems that way. But what can Kimmich do from here? It's in 9 minutes in the second half. The Bayern fans go right behind the team. Way down here to Luis Diaz. But then Pavlovic, maybe not the first one on your list in a situation like that.
Clean up bags. It's actually everyone wanted to take. He's trying to redirect it in that far corner. Good opening up.
You can see Marquinhos. It's a nice 121st game of the Champions League, so he's now got past Roberto Carlos for the most games by a Brazilian player in the Champions League. Got nothing but win trophies since he's been at Paris Saint-Germain. So Kane. Going to be pulled back for the foul once about the Ciala. Just looking at some of the players on the Bayern bench, you might affect them in a positive sense of an attacking team. Nicola Jackson's there. Alphonso Davies is a very attack-minded fullback. Lennart Carlo had an outstanding game at Arsenal, the league phase of the competition. So there are players on there that can come on, potentially give them a little bit more. It's a nice pass forward by Fabian Ruiz. On it goes through Patinia to Desiree Doué.
Oh, yes.
Shooting from the angle. Didn't look like he could get the shot away from there. Carried away by Neuer. He's saying inside to Pavlovic. Flicks onto Conrad Lyman. Pacho got there quickly to Paris Saint-Germain. He's fired up in the second half, Pacho.
Two centre backs and the backs really have.
Jabara Stadium. Accelerates away from Upamecano in ease. Saved by the feet of Neuer. Such a good player.
Oh, it's magical. It really is. You think for all intents and purposes, he's going to try and put one with his right foot and he gets back on his left foot, leaves him for dead. It's a different plan. I worked with that dummy myself.
Not the only one. Michael Olise running at Nuno Mendes. In it goes towards Harry Kane and Paco, the goalkeeper, both out there quick as a flash.
By the way, great defender as well. Really is. And she again, Flashman just comes across, gets his body in front, gives Kane a little nudge. It's never getting it.
I was saying, despite the fact he got 54 this season, boys think Harry Kane has got nothing from William Patrick.
No. Absolutely, go, mate.
Lima. There's Diaz. Musiala. It's good defended by here, Emery.
Follow the run. You got to match your runners. You can't switch off for a second. That's exactly what he did. Great defender.
You know what catches the eye when you watch him live, Kvaratskhelia? He's obviously fast in a straight line, but for a player of his size, that instant acceleration that he's got to get away from fullback, quite brilliant.
PSG is winning right now.
Leon Goretzka's been warming up, so has Nicholas Jackson. Lise's not been able to light up the second leg tonight, the way he lit up the first in Paris, but he's off and running now, and they all rise around us in the area. It's the Lise, but he just needs a bit of focus when he got into that position. And now here comes Bruno Mendes the other way from Paris Saint-Germain, but that works its way through to Jonathan Carr. Diaz 1v1 with Zaire Emery. It's almost like they lost their Marquinhos. It hasn't missed a trick all night. Okay. SDR. Lise. Jamal Musiala. Pavlovic. Jimmy. The referee. You can't really blame them if they cut it back quick up this point. I guess towards the byline and pitching the ball in play. Down ready to play. Go up straight away. Attempt when the game speed is together, wasn't it? Unbelievable. Unbelievably intense, see the speed, the energy. It's shown them as they're doing the job for the team and their work, you know. Probably goes unnoticed their own, but everyone grafted for this PSG team. From that vantage point, we can quite clearly see Luis Enrique, the amount of encouragement and applause he gives his players when they work without the ball is, you can see they're doing everything that he wants them to here in Munich tonight. The next goal in the semi-final, absolutely vital. Alfonso Davies is stripped and ready down below us, just chatting things over with Vincent Company. In the meantime, here's Pavlovic, Lima, defended by Vitinha, Joshua Kimmich quickly there. Pavlovic. Stanisic looking to place it, but that's no problem at all for Safanov. PSG goal. We're going to see the PSG change as well. Bradley Barcola has been pulled out of the dugout by Luis Enrique, and he's just having the final instructions as well. Here's Douay.
For real, I could just go and get some free drinks.
When they get to the 0-8 Douay, but the game allowed to continue, and Zaire Emery slips away from Pavlovic. When he got Dembele up there winning at the moment. What a position to be in when he can take off all the front three and send on Bradley Barcola. Thank you, exactly. Thank you, Phil. Position going a lot better there in the moment. He just wanted to active and go there, didn't he, with Dembele? Marquinhos calm and assured.
That is.
Junior, Lawrence Emery, first place, Paris Saint-Germain. 15-year-old, off goes Douay, that's been form footed by Stanisic. So by a couple of us in the same time, the substitutes still way down below us. Bayern still looking for this equaliser tonight, then they'll have to go again from there. On the Arsenal against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final in Budapest. Find out. It's that Harry Kane. Off goes Douay. Running away from Stanisic. She's still got Jonathan Tah. To beat and Neuer has to get in and pick it away.
I mean, it's terrific. It really is. The run itself was good enough. He hits it early, comes inside, gets his half yard and hits it. And the goalkeeper has to be really sharp, and it's a great stop.
Changes are coming now. And they're taking off the man who scored the goal tonight, Ousmane Dembele, to replace him with another French international, Bradley Barcola. This is his big moment tonight, Ali.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right to mention it. Got the real quality of that finish there. You can afford to take somebody with that quality off. Like somebody of Barcola's standard on as well. It's not too shabby, is it?
And they're going to bring on Kim Min-jae as well. He's just been pulled back to the bench. Tripped on quickly. There was doubles game in the Bayern Munich, but of course they're going to defend this corner before they make it. Towards the near post and headed away by Stanisic. Here, towards Luis Diaz. Here, Emery and Dutch. Barcola's first involvement down this side. What about that for pace down that side? Nuno Mendes now comes to Barcola getting a position in the middle. Well, he couldn't. I think it took everybody by surprise. Everybody more so with Umberly Canada.
Yeah. What a shame. Canada does really well to recover. But Bayern were very, very lucky. Don't they match the run from Mendes? When you looked up to see if there was anything coming in at the back post, there wasn't.
On that lineup.
Yes, so do you?
It's down that side, isn't it, Craig? Musiala. Riding through Musiala. Well, Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz.
Yeah, in the end, it's Luis Diaz against the lineman. Kimmich. Ali can wait to the middle. That is what they say.
Trying to get a call there.
Puts it down towards Tabovic, but they've just been so solid defensively tonight, Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, they really have. You're right to mention that for a team with so much quality in forward areas, they have a different class to go on defensively, particularly the centre backs.
Replaces Stanisic. Min-jae comes on to replace Jonathan Tah.
Remember you asked me that question towards the end of the first half of the Vincent Company.
I was about to ask you again.
Just a bit now.
Yeah, 23 minutes to go.
Yes.
I mean, we've seen both sides of this PSG team. Of course, moving into the semi-final stage, blistering into the attacking group in the first leg, and as good a defensive performance tonight, as you can see in this training, based on how many goals Bayern Munich scored here.
Yeah, if it continues this way, and you believe that players better way performance, Ali will tell you, for years and years in this competition.
I think that's the goal of Marquinhos. The taunt came again though from Zaire Emery. They double up so well and help each other out. Alfonso Davis forced back the cross. That's the shot from here.
Oh,
That's as good an opportunity as Bayern Munich have fashioned in the second half.
Couldn't get any power on it. Straight through. Davis down the left hand side. Comeback was good. It just sat up nicely for him, but couldn't generate enough power on it.
So Davis, who's got a big something coming up with Canada, the three joint hosts of the World Cup. And what about it? Up tonight, Bayern Munich. A bit more than 21 minutes to find a couple of goals to keep them in the Champions League this season. Pavlovic. Olise. Still Michael Olise. Straight at Safanov.
You'll be disappointed with that, lads. I'm telling you. It's the first time he's got a clear sight of goal. See the one he can't generate enough power. Sets up nice. Nice enough volley. Can't get any power on it. Top of the shape. That went off.
Davis off Davis. I think the biggest compliment you can pay Zaire Emery is that they haven't missed the Kiwi tonight, who's possibly the best right back in the world. Yeah. In the conversation. What about that front way? What about that front way? Now there is. Show that might go into the commentary position that clear as the map from this here, you know, stop it.
I was hoping the ball stayed out for a while or so. We get another look at that. Yeah, watch this.
Oh, outrageous there.
Thank you. I did in the World Cup, was it?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Probably in 1990. Yeah. It's the Dutch one, eh?
Was. That's the moment when we all started to get excited.
Stop it.
So 19 minutes to go. Still Bayern haven't scored. Here's Kamara training. That's a great first touch by him. Strike gets it. And Due knows that was such a good chance.
But it's really a feet again. It's the ball in the middle of the park. He's on his left foot, back on his right. That's a chance. I think he's got to go across the face of the goalkeeper myself.
Zaire Emery's down. Here's Davis to Bayern Munich. Pavlovic. Harry Kane. Olise. They're queuing up here, Bayern, but it's exceptional playing the way again. Nuno Mendes. Kamara staying his head at Kimmich. Say plays it on, but it plays it straight to Xavier Ruiz. He's back there defending again. He's not much of a ball line today tonight, but it's not just to generate much at all.
No, they're finding it hard to create. They're really compact. The distances are good. They're following runners around the box. They're all doing the job diligently around that box, Darren.
The corners up there joining in. Here's Joshua Kimmich. Luis Diaz. 17 and a half minutes to go. Paris Saint-Germain in control of the semi-final. That's floated in towards the back post, and with nobody there. Bayern Munich scored in 17 successive knockout games in the Champions League. Can't find a way through tonight, although here comes Elise again, and that's cleared behind by Pacho. It's been as good as anybody on the pitch in the second half.
Really nice. Don't pass defending there. I think Keeper coming in behind him and he left shoulder.
Look the corner for Elise. It's not that from Safanov. I say, it's one of those goalies. It doesn't make you confident, but nothing's going past him. So, I mean, obviously, it works for him, Steve. It looks like he's going to drop a banger every time the ball's anywhere near.
Good, but he's effective. Great job so far tonight.
Primus ball in. Let's Pacho again. Place it on here. Bartle, there's a whole host of defenders there, and at the end, Davis the foot in, but one player caused big concern for three of the opposition.
It gives them a little bit of a breathing space, which they need at this moment in time.
The Paris Saint-Germain supporters, you can hear, they're way up to the left-hand side, top tier of the Allianz Arena. It's one of the few times we've heard them tonight. They know that their team are about 15 minutes plus stoppage time away from another appearance in a Champions League final, and they've looked every inch the best team in Europe tonight. Do it. Kamara scaling. Wants to do it again. Shooting again. Oh, Neuer was just stood there and hoping that didn't sneak in the bottom corner.
I mean, he just gets his little bit of spins. He creates his own half yard.
But two changes coming. And on Lucas Fernandez for Desiree Doué. So defensive change. Beraldo is going to come as well. And Beraldo for Fabian Ruiz, who couldn't have done any more for the Paris Saint-Germain cause tonight. Good up. That'll be the second time that Beraldo's played in the Champions League this season. The only other time was against Liverpool. Just wonder if the fans in here are starting to lose a bit of belief as well, Ali. It's quiet.
Got plenty of time for sure. The other interesting thing to mention is I don't think there's anyone on the bench for Bayern Munich that's gonna. Yeah, I know you've been. You know, there's no players there that are better than the ones that we've got on the pitch. So Vincent hasn't really got that go-to, you know, for the bench to make a big difference, in my opinion.
An interesting point. Well, Carl's missed 7. That just means she's a little bit short of sharpness as well. That's played on here towards Kane and Musiala. Marquinhos was there again, quick as a flash defensively for PSG. Pavlovic, now Kimmich. Alphonso Davies wants to carry Kane to run, which he was able to do. It's turned by Luis Diaz, but just shooting him all the way was João Neves. He's gone over and into the box. They want the free kick. The referee's giving him away, I think. Nice. I'm going to get Luis Diaz as well. Interesting to see this again.
getting into the right decision as much as I love him. Dropping the give him goal. He's just stand on his own leg. Using handball, he's coming against him. He blocked here, but it's handball there. Right there. Yeah, well. But I don't know the levels of fitness prior to the game, guys. But one thing that probably has surprised me, I know it might be a bit like this. I mean, it's easy after the event, it's still 15 to go, but Davis would be starting on the left hand side before Stanisic for me most weeks.
What's the opportunity for Kamara and Scalia running through? Still vital from Kim Min Jae. Because if he scores there, it's all over.
He just couldn't get out of his feet. It's a brilliant run. It's a fantastic run. He's actually ahead of the ball. I just let it fall from. Pressure shot one, he was a little bit off balance. I think the pressure of the defender breathed down his neck was enough. What a chance. What a chance to put the tie to bed.
Confirmation of the substitution. Out now striker with Nicholas Jackson replacing Jamal Musiala. Moving towards the final 10 minutes. Second leg of this Champions League semi-final. Paris Saint-Germain almost there. Coutinho with the corner. Got a chance from this side, Coutinho. Each Kamara and Scalia. Defended there by little Meccano, but at the expense of another corner. We enjoy watching quite a few players. Do you enjoy watching anybody more than you enjoy watching Kamara and Scalia? No, no.
As the answer to that question,
Probably my favourite player.
I've actually seen the first night. I just love watching him. And I'll never forget his performance last year here against Milan. 4-0 up. And he ran 60 yards, tackling something in the left back position. It's just brilliant.
Well, the way he waits. Coutinho delivers. Harry Kane wins his header. Got to get on with it now, Bayern Munich, into the final 10 minutes. It's the foul of Michael Elise. We've got to start to gamble, Ali.
Yeah.
Davis. Kane. First involvement here for Jackson. Over goes Davis. That's a foul by Bradley Barker. Free kick then.
Excellent area for them.
You go for goal from here if you're Joshua Kimmich.
I might think about him, the only one in a wall.
No, right off. Still waits. Kimmich. He delivered. Pushing his stripping in there before the German international was able to get the free kick in. Same two. Spectacularly punches the ball away. Nothing low key about the PSG keeper. It's Davis. Upamecano. They've never stopped chasing out of possession, Paris Saint-Germain, all night long. Let's give it away to Kamara Scalia. Wait on now to the fullback, Nuno Mendes. And that little flip from Neuer might have made it interesting. Had the shot been on target. Straight Sheffield. Just shows them, I mean, we've got 7 minutes in the semi-final, second leg to go. They've got a 2-goal advantage. The furthest forward for Paris Saint-Germain to the left bank. Probably would have been lucky if he was playing right enough. I've never said before the game, I've never seen a fullback turn up in a centre forward position once in my life. It's 2 through the middle now, isn't it? Kane and Jackson. Leonard Carl getting his final instructions on the bench. Still a teenager, a wonderfully talented young player here at Bayern Munich. Kane battling with João Neves. They've not lost many of those individual battles all night. The team from Paris, although Kane's still going here. Marquinhos muscled in the side, and Kane's been penalised for handball. There weren't too many agree with me at this particular time, at this particular moment. I don't think the referee. We saw him the other night. He had a very good 90 minutes in Nottingham, wasn't it? And then I think he's been pretty good again tonight. Yeah, I have to agree. Maybe an argument. There's that João Neves on ball, and he might have had another look at that. Outside of that, I think he's had no nonsense all night. Very good game. So Leonard Carl, Pagayo, Upamecano, and the change for Paris Saint-Germain, Semi Mayulu, who scored here in the final lap. I can still remember his smile. He's coming on to replace Nuno Mendes, who's managed that yellow card extremely well. It was an early yellow card, and it's never really faced him. Yeah, he has. Elise gave him a few problems in the first half, but he certainly settled into the game. Done an excellent job again. Looks like he's got a bit of cramp going off. It goes towards Bradley Barcola. Diaz nudge worked out well. We're going to get the free kick here for the power by Marquinhos, and he's getting booked as well. It's been pulled for Carl. It's a nice little layoff there to Diaz. Played through to Harry Kane. Good little header by Davis. Lovely little cushion header. We're running inside Henry down this side. I think he's nudged perfectly out. I think they genuinely believe now that they're going to be heading to Budapest and into a second successive Champions League final. I think they believe for some time. I really do. It goes towards Luis Diaz down this side. It's a ball. What a guy keep the ball in play. Fantastic from him. Takes up Marquinhos. Now, is this the moment for Bayern Munich? It's full square for Carl. It's straight into a wall of defenders. They're going to come from Lyman and then a penalty again, which they're not going to get. Lyman's pleading with the referee. Look at the touch, the touchline from Diaz. Here we go. Kamara Scalia, Bayern Munich having to commit men forward. Now Bradley Barcola. We looked at and checked. Barcola's shot. Neuer makes the save. It was looked at by Marco Di Bello, the video assistant referee. And there's nothing doing with those penalty claims at the other end. There's the save from Neuer, who got down well. Barcola is like free, doesn't it, Carl? Could he hit it with right foot? I don't think he line up. Paris Saint-Germain, 2 minutes away from a third final in 7 years, and a chance to be the first team to retain the trophy since Real Madrid back in 2018. Only 8 teams have ever retained the trophy as the European Cup or the Champions League. Played on here to Barcola. Mark Carl was there to tidy things up. Time ticks by. They've got to get a goal, and it can be sharpish Bayern. Actually, it's not. Barcola. Jackson plays it on to Michael Elise. Luis Diaz and Harry Kane in the box. Lennart Carl arriving as well. And it goes towards Kane. It's headed away by Marquinhos, who's been outstanding next to William Packer.
Oh, the two of them having a fall of it a different level of shooting at early mouths.
Jackson. It's towards Kane, but it's not a good enough ball. Comes up Bayern side, really.
So no shot that then. It was a bad ball, and actually, I wish one of them cleared and drifted away from his defender a little bit earlier, been able to attack it.
I mean, they proved tonight, haven't they, Paris Saint-Germain, that they're a total package. I mean, we saw what a wonderful attacking team they were in the Parc des Princes in the first leg. They come here tonight, managed the game, being defensive, and everything they had to do, taking the chance when it came. I mean, they look like they've got the opportunity, Ali, if they do retain it, to win numerous Champions League and really set themselves out as one of the great European club sides that we've seen in recent time.
Disagree with Aaron. You said there, an absolute joy to watch, for sure. And they are special. They could be the verge of something extra special.
They're pretty good as well in such a big area. I mean, this is a team that's going to be around for a while. 5 minutes of additional time. That's how long Bayern Munich have got to stay in the Champions League. They've got to score twice. Conrad Leimer. Nicholas Jackson can't control it. And then they can smash it away. Also Davis to Luis Diaz. Against Zaire Emery. Beats him to the outside. Now can he find someone? Marquinhos there again. And then saved by Safanov from Jackson. But he's met everything tonight, Marquinhos.
It does say you're in there, I think, see there, because it's a player. Cut across like a good centre back should do.
He's been shaving the header above Bradley Barcola. 4 minutes remain. 16 attempts tonight by him, but only 4 on target. That's been the problem. 15 attempts for Paris Saint-Germain. And they took the target 6 times. They've been a lot more decisive with the ball when the opportunities come their way. The European champions. This Lennart Carl has got such a big future here at Bayern, a big future for Germany as well. It's not going to be Bayern Munich season, though, the way it looks at the moment, unless there's a miracle in the offing here in the Allianz. Luis Diaz. Getting through towards Carl, but there's always been somebody there. The Paris Saint-Germain. It's surprising. I told you there's been 9 more shots tonight than there was in the first leg. That would surprise me, exactly. Very much good. 9 goals last week and just the one tonight. We've actually had 9 more shots we had the Parc des Princes last week. They're obviously shooting better last week. He knows his team are just about there, and everything he's wanted them to do tonight, they've done it, and they've done it outstandingly. Carl on the move. Great run by the teenager. What a tackle. There's Zaire Emery up against Diaz. The forces by Kvaratskhelia. On goes Kvaratskhelia. Diaz is just going to keep his cool. He's on a yellow card. I think a celebration from Doué.
It's a crazy foul like I've already. It really is. I know he's frustrated. I know he wants to do well. I know he wants to get the ball back. But it's just killed the game.
Saturday, the 30th of May. Make a date in your diary. Budapest, the Puskás Arena, magnificent stadium. Arsenal against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final. What a final!
Yeah, I know. Wait, thank you. There's some not bad games before that, has to be said.
90 seconds to play. Elise up against Lucas Hernandez. Here's Kimmich. Alphonso Davies, Harry Kane. Kane with a shot. Still hang on a minute. Time running out, but Harry Kane scores his 55th goal of the season. And it's a late lifeline for Bayern Munich.
What a goal it is. Lots of finish from Harry Kane. Again, Davis breaks forward. He's playing it well onside. Maybe Hernandez in the back post and plays him onside. But what about the finish? The touch of the finish of the left foot. There. Wow. What a finish. It just the little touch beforehand with the outside of his right foot to create a half yard there. Take it away from Pacho. Mashes it into the top corner. They couldn't, could they?
Well, they could. Well, they will. It's a different matter. That's 14 goals in the Champions League for Harry Kane. And now we wonder how much more time the Portuguese referee is going to allow. But if Bayern Munich score again, it's extra time. Still, he is. That's 175 goals for Bayern Munich this season. They've scored in every match. Honestly, number. Can they get another? There's noise inside the Allianz again. Alphonso Davies into additional time after the additional time. They've got to get on with it. Conrad Reimer. At least they couldn't do anything with him. And he can't keep the ball in play. It's going to be a throw into Paris Saint-Germain, and you wonder what that might do it.
That might be it, you know.
Marquinhos down for Paris Saint-Germain. He says he's got the crap. I'm not sure Harry Kane believes it. If only they'd scored the goal 5 minutes earlier, Ali.
Well, might have been a completely different ball game, but it certainly looks as though it's. I'm loath to say too little, too late, because it's a brilliant goal. That touch with his right foot, just to give him a little bit of a half yard, smashing it into the net. Probably the only time he's got away from those two, isn't it?
Can they generate one more chance? And if they can, they hope it falls to the number 9. So the Marquinhos injury certainly adds on more time. Let that calm. Harry Kane. Pavlovic. The full-time whistle. And Paris Saint-Germain win the beautiful semi-final. 2 legs that gave us absolutely everything this great game can offer. Teams that showed us how good football can be. 2 teams that are an absolute credit to the Champions League. Dembele with a goal inside 3 minutes tonight, which proved decisive. After the 5-4 shootout in the Parc des Princes, and the late goal from Harry Kane proved to be nothing more than consolation. The European champions are back into the final. This is their trophy, and they're determined to keep a hold of it. The Parisian entertainers are off to strut their stuff in Budapest against Arsenal. Ali McCoy.
What a tie. One of the great ties. Privileged to be here tonight and watch that. Some of the football was amazing. And we saw a different side to Lewis Enrique's side. There's no getting away from it. Boy, can they defend. They defended superbly. Superbly for the best part, 93, 94 minutes. Yes, Kane got his goal. And a beauty it was too. But we've been treated to some football over the 180 minutes. PSG, I think, probably just shaded it, probably just deserved it. At Budapest, here we come. What a final.
What a final indeed. Arsenal against Paris Saint-Germain. They played each other 3 times in the Champions League last season. Arsenal won the league phase game. The two legs of the semi-final were both won by Paris Saint-Germain. They're celebrating here inside the Allianz. A disconsolate look on the face of the England captain Harry Kane, who scored his goal tonight. But it's Luis Enrique and Paris Saint-Germain who will face Mikel Arteta and Arsenal in the Champions League final.
And it's back-to-back Champions League finals for that man and his PSG side. And how did they manage it tonight? They did so well. What a game, as the guys are saying, across two legs. But in the end, it's PSG's. And I've got Steven Gerrard and Owen Hargreaves back alongside me to just take that apart. Was it just PSG were too good tonight, Stevie?
I think over the two legs, I think they deserved to go through. Last week, you know, it was a shootout. PSG got the noses in front by a goal, which was big tonight. But tonight was all about the defensive performance. It was a masterclass. It was an exhibition to a man across the board. The diligence behind the defensive work. They ran hard. They fought for each other. They were compact. The distances were perfect. They put the bodies on the line, and they've got that quality going forward. Dembele gets the important goal. There he is. Has he got one hand on the Ballon d'Or again? Who knows? But listen, I think Bayern and Vincent Kompany's team have played the part over the week with the two games, but I think the best team have gone through.
We question whether Luis Enrique would adjust in this game and change his tactics a little bit. What did he do tonight, Owen?
Tell you what, Laura, that's a great point. You think about the offensive performance they put on last week. The defensive performance this week has been remarkable. You think about the transformation from this group from what it used to be to what it is now. What's the job that man has done? That every one of these players buys in. You know, and we all want to see attacking football. We all want to see goals, but you have to work as a team. The team is the most important thing. All the teams that win this brilliant trophy, you have to do it together. You can't carry anyone. They don't carry anyone. Everybody runs, everybody attacks, everybody joins in. They are such a joy to watch because Bayern played great, but this PSG team today, defensively, every player was behind the ball and defended. And I thought it was, this team, they're going to be here for quite some time because they're young, they're dynamic, and they got a brilliant coach that adapts to whatever the game needs.
You just saw Kvaratskhelia there. He's just a machine. He was again tonight.
I think we're a shout for man of the match for sure. Just so powerful, so dangerous, can go both ways. You know, what an assist. You know, he gets down that left side of the box. And most wingers, Owen will tell you, would be wasteful in that moment. This is the big moment early on in the game. He takes his time, he looks across the box, and he puts a peach of a cross in for Dembele. But it's also the other side of the game. A lot of wingers, Laura, they only want to do the side of the game when they've got the ball at the feet. They want to do the exciting thing. They want to create score. This guy does the lot. He works hard, he tackles, he fights, he can create, he can score. He's the best winger in the world right now. There's no one better than him. He's the best winger in the world right now.
This is the other side of it. They've got Bayern, who, look, just had such a great part in both legs of this incredible tie. And they go and see their fans now, and they'll be absolutely devastated. But look, they should be proud of what they've done.
No, I'm Bayern have had a fabulous season. Vincent Kompany's team play. I mean, the boys are saying in commentary, they play the right way. They attack, they go for it. They dominated this game in terms of possession. But PSG were too good defensively. There was no space to really run into, like in the first side. And you know what I think? In the first leg, the attacking players had the edge. I thought today, PSG's defensive players, every one of them had the edge. None of the Bayern players outside of Luis Diaz, Stevie, I thought played really well. Harry was pretty quiet. Elise was pretty quiet. Musiala didn't really get much. You know why? Because there wasn't much space, was it, Stevie, for them to walk in?
I think this Bayern team will come back. They've got fantastic players. They've got a great young coach. I think there'll be a lot of learnings for Vincent and his coaching staff when they look back at this game over the two legs. You know, could they have been a little bit more cautious at times, a little bit more defensive minded? Because when you come to the latter stages of this competition, the best teams will punish you if you're too aggressive, if you're too ambitious. And that's what PSG have done. They've just got the edge on them.
Well, we now know our finalists. The UEFA Champions League final, Arsenal against PSG, is Saturday, the 30th of May on TNT Sports 1 in Budapest. We will be there. Make sure you join us as well at the Puskás Arena. We can't wait for it. Listen, last season, PSG against Inter in the final was one of the most one-sided finals that we'd seen. What do you think this one's going to go like?
Do you know what? Arsenal have a chance without question. With that defense that they have, the goalkeeper, they're brilliant. Declan Rice lately he's played as that defensive midfield player is brilliant in there. You know, and I think they can do it in a one-off game. They can definitely do it. But obviously, this PSG team, do they attack
or do they sit in, defend, and hit you on the counter? They've got different ways of doing it, but you know they that will be fascinating. I think PSG will be obviously more attacking than they were against Bayern. But Arsenal, I think this is a different Arsenal now. And I think the last 3-4 weeks, they went through that little bit. They believe now. Saka coming back with some big goals and big moments. They have a chance. They just have to believe Arsenal.
What do you think, Stevie? What will Arsenal think watching this semi-final tonight?
Well, I know more than anyone else that an underdog can win this final. You know, I played against the AC Milan side. We spoke about it, and it was a mismatch in terms of individually, collectively. They're much better. Anything can happen in a final. They're playing against a high-quality team. They're coming up against an elite manager. Arsenal will have to be the best version of themselves for the full game. Every single player is going to have to turn up, but of course, they've got a chance. I think they'll be the underdogs, which might suit them. If they can win the league, the Premier League, it'll give them immense belief and confidence going in. I think they have to use the physicality, the size. They have to make every set piece count. They have to take PSG where they don't want to go and make it uncomfortable for them. But they've certainly got a chance.
Okay, guys, more on that in a few moments' time, but we're going to have a very quick break. Then we'll come back with more analysis and interviews. Game of Thrones is celebrating its 15th anniversary this year. You can watch all episodes of the award-winning series, plus A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms and House of the Dragon over on HBO Max ahead of the new season, which starts on the 22nd of June. Okay, it is all done here at the Allianz Arena. Dembele with that early goal, which put PSG 2 ahead on aggregate. Harry Kane managed to pull one back, but it was too little, too late. PSG are the ones that progressed to the Champions League final. This program is brought to you by Pepsi. UEFA Champions League, official partner. TNT Sports, powered by BYD.
Finals. That's just not normal. It's the legend making. Art racing. It's the uniqueness of the world. Go on, Barnes. It's just not normal. What a night, what a performance, what a success. It's not normal. All these finals all in one place, live on TNT Sports.
Ever wonder where inspiration begins? The all-electric Kia EV2 is here. Kia, movement that inspires.
Scanner didn't work. Hotel didn't work. Snack didn't work. Granddad's bookie didn't work.
Australian macadamia and salted caramel. Choose your next adventure with Nui.
Oh, I see. On a P&O Cruises holiday, I'm island hopping by Whirlpool. Caribbean holidays from 1599. P&O Cruises. Holiday like never before. At all protected.
I think so. Incredible. I can't believe.
And now for some real magic. Just pour it, mix it, and hack it. Delicious iced coffee in a single shot. New Nescafe Espresso Concentrated.
McDelivery? You in?
I'm in.
I'm in. Don't knock it to me. Leave your meal.
I'm in.
I'm in, but crispy. Where is?
Christ,
That's me.
Wait, did someone say fries? I'm in.
Wow, well, fancy a fillet of fish.
It's for Pally. There's nothing quite like a delivery. You in? Oh, I'm in. We've got all sorts of games for all sorts of treacles, like Hastart Boomies, Pilates, Winchesters, Finance Brothers. Which melts left their drink on my film? Silent stress.
A dial pad.
You're having a bubble. Games. We've got all sorts. Paddy Runner games. Fancy a beer? Yeah. Are you gonna pour me one?
Perfect draft. Pub quality beer at home.
Cadbury ice cream, guaranteed not to last.
This program is brought to you by Tata Airways, UEFA Champions League official partner.
Public football. Very like Australia running away from Upamecano, and he's got players arriving in the middle. And there's the first goal tonight, which is scored inside 3 minutes by the Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane.
PSG have done it. Dembele's early goal put them one ahead on the night, two ahead on aggregate. Harry Kane pulled one back, but PSG have done enough to put their place in the Champions League final, where they will play Arsenal, all under the guidance of that man, Luis Enrique, who, look, we will go through the game, but really just a word on Luis Enrique and what a job he's done.
Incredible. A couple of years back, had a lot of star names in his team, a lot of prima donnas, I say that respectfully. Egos, you know, players that don't really want to roll the sleeves up and run hard for the team. They only really want to play in possession. No one will tell you. This guy doesn't have it. He pushed them all aside. He brought a load of young kids through. He recruited extremely well, and he's built a team on a lot of real good principles and values. And this team potentially could dominate for years to come. They're that good.
Let's have a little look at the goal, the early goal for Dembele. And you love the build-up play in this, especially with the one-touch football.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. Obviously, they're brilliant on the ball. They're very good on the ball. Straight pass. That ball from Kvaratskhelia is fabulous. When you play first time, you can't press this. Watch the one here from Reese. That is exceptional. There's space in Bianca's Bayern press. And this is how they transition. Dembele does so great. And then Chech's little run, sits in that little pocket. But the quality of the ball from Kvaratskhelia and the quality of the finish are what makes this. These guys are so efficient. But I think Luis Enrique knew Bayern were going to come press. Vincent Kompany said it to me yesterday. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go press. When you go press, what happens? If these guys play first time, you can't press it. So basically that little set from Kvaratskhelia and the one from Reece, and you're in. And it's actually brilliant because he knows Upamecano goes, Lima goes. But Stevie, the quality of the pass and the finish is exceptional. It was 3 quality passes. The layoff with the outside of the boot first time to Fabian Ruiz, and then the pass into space, the weight. And then when he gets there, you've got to look up, you've got to find your man. It was a training ground move. It was a pattern of play that they've obviously worked on against that high press. Phenomenal goal.
How difficult for Bayern to deal with that it happened 3 minutes into the game?
The problem is just the quality of the players, Laura. The guys are too good. And you can't, everybody wants to press, which is fine. But I think Luis Enrique said, guys, when they're pressing, don't hold on to the ball. If you take a touch, we're going to turn it over. So what happens? Set it. Play it first time and play them behind because they're going to come. We know they're coming. They came in the first second they came here. If you play first time and you set it and you spin the spaces in behind, he did it brilliant. It's great coaching. It's great. I just think they adapted the way they played from the first leg. They weren't so open in transitions today. They defended a little bit deeper and hit Bayern on the counter.
Stevie, Fabian Ruiz was out for a number of months with an injury. He's been back for about 5 or 6 games. Played in this game tonight. How key is he going to be in midfield against Arsenal?
He looked like he'd never been away. His experience, his quality, his class, it was a phenomenal performance. You could see him gas out a little bit at the end. But you know what he done? What was really impressive tonight? It came from the manager. You could see the instruction come from Luis Enrique. Nuno Mendes got a yellow card early on, and Elise was giving him a few problems early on in the game. And he just told them to sit and protect and help Nuno Mendes. And he done it with so much experience and class. He was there all the time. He makes this team tick. I think he's one of the older heads, one of the leaders in the dressing room and the team. For him to not play so many minutes of late and come in and put that level of performance in, it just shows his importance to the team and Spain going into the World Cup. For me, he has to be in the team somehow in the final. I'm not sure whether he will be because Hakimi will come back in. So the manager's got a really difficult decision whether it's Zaire Emery who plays or whether it's Fabian Ruiz. I personally would go with Fabian Ruiz. I think that's a great point, Stevie, because Zaire Emery, I think he's had the most starts, played the most minutes of any PSG player. But actually, if you think about the size of Arsenal and set pieces and the dominance that they have there, you can see Ruiz playing. He's a brilliant ball player and he's so calm, he's experienced. But actually, his size gives them something that they'll desperately need, I think, on set pieces.
One of the first names on the team sheet probably going to be Kvaratskhelia. We've been waiting all night just to have a little look at what he was doing this evening. It doesn't matter what occasion it is, he just seems to produce.
We've got a 22-minute run of Kvaratskhelia from today. I mean, how good is this guy? Running forward, he's got power. Look at him get his head up. Quality of the pass, but every time he touched the ball, he was positive running forward. And Stevie, I can't remember. He rarely ever wastes the ball, does he? He plays with risk, but he doesn't waste the ball. It's remarkable. He just never turns it over. I mean, the job he does for his team out of possession, you've got to give him a special mention for that because he grabs, he works, he fights. But when he's got the ball at his feet, the game just changes. He lights the game up. He can go both ways. His control, his balance. He's so aggressive. But there's always an outcome. There's always an outcome. He's never wasteful. I mean, this would have put the icing on the cake. It would have been a man of the match performance. I think I would have given it to Pacho, over the game. But if he'd have scored that goal, he probably would have got my man of the match. Do you know what I like about it as well? He doesn't really do tricks. Everything's very functional, isn't it? The chops, he changes direction, and then he uses that change of direction but it's not silly tricks just for nothing. It always has a function, and it's exceptional to see. Great example for young players.
Yeah, because we don't get to appreciate the art of dribbling that much in today's games. And like you were saying, you almost make something happen out of seemingly nothing.
There's a lot of dribblers that dribble for the sake of dribbling. But for me, if you're going to dribble, there's got to be an outcome. What are you going to do? Is it going to be a cross? Is it going to be a shot? Is it going to be a bit of combination play? But if you're an attacking player, you've got to be watching these 4 wingers that were on the pitch tonight. He was the best out of the 4. But if you think of Doué, some of the runs and bursts from inside his own box. This is a 19-year-old kid. So powerful, so dynamic. They've got energy, they've got quality. You could speak about them all night. And that's without mentioning Diaz and Elise.
Yeah.
If you're a winger, a young winger, or you've got ambitions or dreams of being a top elite winger, watch these 4 tonight. It was absolutely frightening.
We asked the question before the game kicked off about this balance between control or chaos and what we would get. And Luis Enrique went a little bit more for control today, and it paid off for him.
But I think that's how you win the Champions League. You don't win it with, getting mad open in kind of. You have to defend your box well. And I think when you have it, Stevie made a good point before the game. You've got a goal advantage. They can afford to play a little bit deeper. Everybody's behind the ball. For these brilliant attacking players, every one of these players is a 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 million pound player. But they put a shift in for the team. Everybody defended when they needed to. And you know what? There was no space. No matter how good you are, whether you're Diaz or Kane or Elise, if there's no space, you can't find anything. They couldn't manufacture anything because it wasn't there. And that was only because, Stevie, how disciplined PSG were as a group. Yeah, and it comes from the side. I think you said that on the top of the programme. The respect that these players have got for Luis Enrique, they believe in him. They've got a leader. They want to follow his instructions, his game plan and his tactics. And over the 2 legs, he's got it spot on. You'd have to say that because he's gone toe-to-toe with Bayern Munich in the first game and he's gone for the shootout. And he's won that by, scoring the extra goal. And what he's done over the course of the 8 days that have followed, he's realised that he's going to have to control the game in a different way. And they've controlled it from a defensive point of view by grit, by determination. I mean, that image sums up PSG. They celebrated the hard work and the tackles and the last ditch stuff like it was a goal. How good is that? It's the sign of a team. How good is that? A Ballon d'Or winner celebrating a tackle. Like Balotelli, obviously. Yeah. They're a proper team. But you know what I like? I like the fact they've adapted from what they used to be. They used to have all these star players, and it was about getting on the ball. He's the star. He's the star. Yeah, he's the star. To be fair, the sport director's pretty good too. And the owner. And the
All good all round, really. We're going to hear from the star of the show, Luis Enrique, very soon on TNT, and also that man. Where there's a winner, there's a loser, unfortunately, and Bayern and Vincent Company, for them tonight was a step too far. He might have a few things to say about the game, though. Might feel a few incidents are a bit unfair. We'll find out next.
This program is brought to you by Pepsi. You went for Champions League, official partner. TNT Sports, powered by BYD.
The FA Cup dreams within reach.
It's time for the dreams to become a reality. The FA Cup semi-finals live on TNT Sports.
Give love to your dog every day. An Advantage Chewable every month.
Milo,
One tasty Advantage Chewable tablet eliminates fleas and ticks for a whole month. Advantage Chewable. Easy to love, easy to protect.
Advantage chewable. His game's over, but yours isn't. With Betfair's safe sub, if your play comes off, your bet's not over yet. It just rolls onto the play coming on. Play in a different league with Betfair.
When it comes to seriously good mayonnaise, it has to be Heinz. Try Heinz mayo flavors. In store now.
This is David from Any. If it's a sofa, your car, or your whole home that you're looking to move, yeah, we've got a van for that. We do thousands of moves across the UK every week, so we have a team near you that can help. We've seen it all. And that's why we have so many 5-star reviews. To run through your move on the phone now, you can get an instant price online at anyvan.com.
This is Hire. Performance, technology, innovation. Hire, official global partner of LFC.
Hotpoint has been at the heart of UK homes for 115 years. With Hotpoint's Vital Care technology, fruit and veg stay fresh with antioxidants locked in for up to 7 days, helping to keep family life running smoothly. Hotpoint, the UK's most trusted major domestic appliance brand.
at Grosvenor Casino, your game has been our passion for over half a century. You can feel the love every time you play.
Feel, we got the feeling. Sun is 75. Even my morning looks good.
Experience it all. You play at GrosvenorCasino.com. Grosvenor Casinos, the home of the real casino.
Haagen-Dazs is so rich and creamy. Wait for it to soften. Now made with 72% cocoa. Come along. Haagen-Dazs, deliberately rich.
Listening his trends.
I bet roasting will be good at this. No, this is nuts and already nuts. Who gets these for it, don't you?
Brand new 0 Stars, Sunday at 9 on TLC or stream on Discovery Plus.
This program is brought to you by Qatar Airways, UEFA Champions League official partner. Celebration time for PSG. Lewis Temper, the sporting director there with Luis Enrique. Dembele, the goal scorer. A brilliant performance all round, though, from all those PSG players, especially in defence tonight. Manuel Neuer made some good saves. Harry Kane got himself a goal, but in the end, it just wasn't enough for Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich. They crashed out of the Champions League at their semi-final stage, and it is PSG who progress into the final where they will face Arsenal. Let's have a little look at the Bayern side of things, because Harry Kane, who'd had a fairly quiet night, guys, eventually got his goal, but it wasn't until the 94th minute, just wasn't enough.
The goal was fantastic. Typical Harry Kane. You know, they work it, you know, from the side of the box. You can see Harry there, he's just trying to get into position, a little pass into his feet, takes a touch with one foot, shifts it, and the finish is exquisite. But outside of that, he was very quiet. You've got to give credit to Pacho, who, you know, marked him out of the game, really, Owen. You'd have to say he was fantastic. He was aggressive. I mean, there's that little shift there and the finish into the roof of the net. Typical Harry Kane. I mean, we knew he would have had a mark on the game. We thought he might have done a little bit more. But I think it's credit to PSG and how they defended in that 1v1 with Pacho. He was immense all night.
Should we have a look at some of the chances as well for Bayern? Because they weren't clinical enough, but they did have a few.
Yeah, they just lack a little bit of that, you know, that end product. You know, they've had it all season. You know, they've got 100 goals in all competitions. The front three have been actually off the charts. But you look at some of the blocks PSG put in. I mean, the bodies that they put in front of it, and I think they got into some great positions. You could say from the goalkeeper there, but it just lacked. That was that free header towards the end of the first half. They just needed a bit of precision in one of those crucial moments. Obviously, Harry had it right at the end with a brilliant goal. But often we've seen from that Vincent Kompany team, they get in those positions, they're in the back of the net on that, and they just didn't have that precision today.
Always find these kind of things as well when we have to go through handball moments and frustrating moments for Bayern Munich. A little bit difficult, but we will, because there were some big calls in this game. And we wondered whether the referee had a good game. Let's have a look at this one first. This was the Lima handball, which nobody really saw apart from the linesman there. And it prevents the next handball for Mendes, which if that had been given, he'd have been sent off.
Yeah, I think the ball handballs. I think you've got to give credit to the linesman and the officials. There was one angle of this shot where it looked like it hits his chest, but from that angle that we're looking at right now, it's a clear handball, which obviously saves Mendes, because this was a blatant handball as well. From there, it looks like a chest.
Yeah.
But from the other side, the other camera angle, it is an handball. So it's great officiating. And you'd have to say over the course, we don't give referees enough credit, I don't think. I thought they were excellent. And they normally are at this level, at this stage of the competition. So credit to the officials.
Yeah. And then 2 minutes later, there was another handball that a contentious shout we were looking at. Listen, the reason why this one against João Neves wasn't given is because it came off Vitinha. And in the laws of this game, if it comes off your teammate, unless it goes in the goal, that means it's not a handball.
Well, I'll tell you what, none of the Bayern players knew that rule. Vincent Kompany didn't know it. Neither did I. Harry didn't know it either, and he's been playing quite a long time.
But unfortunately, those are the rules. That's why we just got to clear that one up. Let's look at Bayern on a whole then, in the context of where it leaves them. Because look, they've already won the league. They go again in the cup, and they'll go again next year in the Champions League as well. We talk about how well PSG are placed, how well are Bayern placed.
Exceptionally well. I mean, they're just a brilliant team to watch. You know, they play brilliant football, attacking possession. They press, they create chances. But they came up against a brilliant team today. We've seen PSG. They're not the PSG of old where they can't defend. They don't track back. They carry three players at the top of the pitch. They don't have any passengers in this team. In the first leg, they showed the brilliant attacking side, scored 5. And then today they said, go on, then we'll keep a clean sheet, or we can defend exceptionally well. And I just think that's the makeup of a brilliant team. You think about the teams that have won this trophy over the years, the last decade. You have to be able to attack, but you have to be able to defend in a knockout side like this. And they put on, for virtually 95 minutes, a masterclass on how to defend against virtually one of the best attacking teams we've seen in the Champions League.
This could be a difficult club to come to in terms of Bayern Munich's political backgrounds and how the hierarchy interacts with the management. But Vincent Kompany seems to be handling it very well.
He's been brilliant. And I think the hierarchy, they've recruited a young coach with unbelievable potential, and they'll support him through this. He'll come back. I'm sure he'll be disappointed like the Bayern players and fans will be, but they'll come back. They've got that much talent. He recruits extremely well. There was one thing tonight when I looked at both teams, especially when the game was going on, it was getting to the latter stages, and you're looking down thinking, well, what changes is he going to make? With all due respect, I didn't think he had many big options to go to from the bench. You look at PSG, they go to Barcola. You know, Hakimi's not here tonight, so Ziyad Emery plays. They've got 14, 15 real top Champions League players. I think the next level for Bayern Munich is, can we get a stronger bench? So, for example, if you're trailing by a goal and it's not working, if you take Harry Kane off, can you replace him with that level of same player? Or can you go to another winger to try and inject, to try and change the outcome of the game? Because I don't really think he had that much behind him. He had good players behind him, but I'm not sure he had the level of players that are going to change a game of this magnitude.
Okay, guys, when we come back, we're going to have a look at Arsenal as well. We've got PSG with a good squad and Arsenal also with a good squad. How different might this game be in the final of the Champions League? PSG against Arsenal. We'll discuss that next.
This program is brought to you by Pepsi. UEFA Champions League, official partner. TNT Sports, powered by BYD.
An empire and a sustainable era.
It will be no doubt. In concentration room.
Are you ready for a taste of adventure? Anatolian pistachio swirled with cream, covered in indulgent white chocolate. Choose your next adventure with Nui.
Welcome back to the Coral Fan Derby. They're all here. Top form, it's the Laverick no chops. Salty arguments, but but what's this? He's won a free bet with Coral's Reward Shaker. They're all shaking it. Everyone's a winner. Play Coral's free reward shaker to win a guaranteed daily reward or offer. And for new customers, get £30 in free bets when you bet £5. Coral, for it.
Peter Smith? I think it's time we had a chat.
A little birdie told me you posted Argos is only good for toys.
This isn't playtime, Peter.
Easy, Trevor. Time to teach our friend a lesson. Repeat after me. There's more to Argos.
There is more to Argos. He knows you can leave, right?
At NFU Mutual, our quality car insurance can be relied on. You can claim with confidence as we pay out on 99% of claims with no quibble. And you don't lose your no claims discount if you're hit by an uninsured driver. You're covered if you break down. Plus, we reward loyalty by giving a saving on your renewal. We do all this so you can enjoy the more important things. For quality car insurance you can rely on, search NFU Mutual today.
Welcome. Look at that. Fred Gaming. Immerse yourself in over 1,000 games and get 200 free spins on Fishing Frenzy when you sign up using promo code SPINS and stake £10 on slots. Love gaming? That's Fred.
Dreaming is all well and good, but a dream can't beat the reality of knowing that this vast kingdom is all yours. Is it time to make your move? We are ready when you are. Own your first home with just a 5% deposit. Mortgages on Lloyds, bank on Lloyds.
Football's
You know, there's always back to the fire in the belly.
It's game time. Liverpool versus Chelsea on TNT Sports.
This program is brought to you by Qatar Airways, UEFA Champions League, official partner. for France. They are Budapest bound. The headline boy, the hero, Champions League finalists for the first time in 20 years. The full-time whistle. And Paris Saint-Germain win the beautiful semi-final.
The Parisian entertainers are off to throw their stuff in Budapest against Arsenal.
He's done it again in Champions League final for back-to-back seasons where they are going to face Arsenal. We've had a brilliant season so far, haven't we? Look, there's the routes. You could probably say PSG have had a slightly harder route than Arsenal, perhaps, to get to the final, but they've done it in style, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I mean, obviously Arsenal have had the easier ride, if you like, but there's going to be some final at the end of the month. One for us all to look forward to. Two different styles. Both deserve to be there. You have to say that. But yeah, I think PSG certainly will be the favourites when it comes down.
PSG have been that team that have been trying to get over the line and have had their set of knockbacks as well. Now they are the experienced side going into the Champions League final because they've been there and done it just last season.
Yeah, I mean, they're the favourites. Obviously, we saw probably one of the best final performances we've ever seen last season in Munich, and obviously this season defensively they're exceptional as well when they need to be. But I think also in a one-off game, if you can defend that well, set pieces are crucial. David Raya is a brilliant goalkeeper. You know, I think they have the blueprint to go and to win the game, and I think they're peaking at the right time, which is super important in the Champions League. And I think Arsenal now, if they can win the Premier League, they'll have belief that they can cause an upset against PSG.
Steve, you said that might actually suit Arsenal being the underdogs. Why do you think that?
Yeah, because everyone expects PSG to maybe win it. You know, if you look at tonight's performance, you look at them winning it last year, the players they've got, you would have to say that the bookies will probably make PSG favourites. And I think sometimes in big games, it helps if you're the hunter, if you're there's a little bit of less pressure, a little bit of expectation on you. I think that might just help Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta is going to have to get a game plan and a blueprint to try and, you know, win a game against that level of team we've just watched. I agree with Owen, it can happen. It's a possibility. But they're going to have a bit of luck. They're going to have things for them to go their way on the night because this PSG team, Laura, they're just so good everywhere. They're a team that have got very few weaknesses. I mean, I actually thought the keeper going in tonight could be a little bit of an opportunity for Bayern to try and exploit. I wasn't sure on the keeper, but his performance tonight was superb. Across the board, they were phenomenal. So Arsenal are going to have to be perfect on the night to get it done. And we'll have to wait and see.
We've always been saying, really, if this happens, Arsenal obviously the defensive team, PSG the attacking team, but PSG showed us tonight that it can defend really well as well.
Well, and I think that's how you win this trophy. We've seen Real Madrid. How many times have they won it kind of playing, defending really well and playing on the counter attack? You know, they're exceptional. And you look at that graphic there, you know, obviously PSG, they score more. But also with that defense, you know, they make it exceptionally difficult. And I think obviously David Raya is crucial in that as well. And I do like Declan playing a little bit deeper. I think he's brilliant there. Credit Miles Lewis-Skelly, by the way. He's come in, barely played all season in midfield. I know he played there in the academy, but he's giving that team a little bit of energy, a bit of fearlessness. So I think they've got different ways of doing it. I think Mikel will be confident he can come up with a game plan to hurt PSG.
Also for Arsenal fans, Saka coming back and scoring that goal yesterday, and also Gyökeres in the last couple of games, feeling like he's coming into his own a bit, will be a huge boost.
Yeah, Saka's huge. You look at the Arsenal team, you think, well, how can it hurt this PSG team? And you'd have to say that he would be the go-to man, Saka. Gyökeres has got to get a bit of confidence, a bit of belief, and he certainly come to the party in the last couple of weeks. But I think it's key they have Saka fit and available, try and get Martinelli, you know, going in good form as well, because you're going to need that speed on the counter-attack at times. But Arsenal are going to need every single player to be at the very, very best to win that Champions League. I'd have to say that.
Okay, well, look, it wasn't enough for Bayern Munich tonight. And Vincent Kompany has been catching up with Jules Breach. Let's see what he made of it.
Vincent, so close to reaching the Champions League final after what was such a brilliant tie over the two legs. What have you said to your players?
That I understand if they're disappointed, they will be. I think we gave everything. It was a game of details. I think we played 5 times now against PSG in the last 2 years. We won 2 times, they won 2 times, and now was a draw. So it's just been that kind of game. every single time. And then obviously we have to look at some of the phases that were decided as well by the officials across the two games, which it's never an excuse for everything, but it matters. And if you look at both legs, probably too much went against us. But the guys gave everything, and we tried against a fantastic PSG team.
You mentioned the officials. How aggrieved can you feel about the two handball incidents from the first half?
I think on the handball situation, I get the rules. So the very first one, it goes first to his body, then to his hand. It's close range. It hits his body first, then it bounces off to his hand. And they say that obviously because of the trajectory of the cross, that's why they gave a penalty. And then the second one, the hand is there in the air, it hits it, but because it's from his own teammate, then it's not a penalty. But if you look at both phases, a little bit of common sense, and it's just ridiculous. Whatever needs to happen, but it's ridiculous, and that's it doesn't tell the whole game, but it's a 1-goal game in the end. And then the second yellow card today in the first half, I thought he was giving it. And I felt he pulled out because he realized he'd already given him a yellow and he didn't want to send him off for that. And he's turned it around to the other side and gave. I've seen it on a few angles. I don't see Conrad Laimer touch the ball with his hand. They say he did. So I don't know.
Compared to the first leg, what did PSG do differently in this second leg that made it more difficult for you to create more opportunities like in the first leg?
I think it was more difficult for both teams. I thought we did extremely well at bringing the ball in the dangerous areas, and I thought that they did extremely well at defending just the key areas of the box. Anytime we got one-on-one, we got past quite a lot, but on the cross or on the cutbacks, they were just extremely active. So a lot of very dangerous situations, they actually defended it extremely well. I thought we disrupted a lot of the pressing that they normally do. They weren't able to get to us as much as they've done in recent games. But obviously, it's a dangerous team, so you can never completely put them out of a tie. But at the same time, I felt we were in it as well. It's margins, it's details. Two great teams, and congratulations to them, and good luck to them.
And just finally, I know it's really tough to take this right now, but how close do you feel this group are to winning the Champions League?
Yeah, it's tough, but it's I understand that it's the hardest competition to win. I think on average, Bayern Munich are a great club, right? So one of the top 5 in the world, and still it's on average once every 10 years. That's how difficult it is to win for even the very, very best. So I'm not in a mind frame where I put everything in question because we haven't. But the desire is to push for that extra step to get to the final, to win the trophy, and this opportunity is gone. But very, very soon we'll be back in the Champions League with another opportunity.
Vincent, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You feel for him, but he's just got such a great attitude. You can see why that resonates so well with the players.
Excellent interview, and he's right. They did go out to the competition on fine margins, and you do need them little bits of luck and referee decisions to fall in your favour. But very complimentary of PSG, where he shows his class. And he's right what he's saying. This Bayern Munich team will be back. They've got really good players. They coach really well. I'm sure they're going to go and strengthen again come the summer. So it's a really exciting time for Bayern. And he was very unlucky, but he's been great. He's been great through the course of the season, and certainly in the Champions League. He deserves a lot of credit.
Let's also get some reaction from the PSG camp because Kvaratskhelia is speaking with Jules Breach now too.
Kubica, massive congratulations. It's back-to-back Champions League finals for PSG. What does that mean to you all?
Yeah, we are very proud that we did it again, but we have a final. We have to be ready for that game. It will be important for us, of course, the best game in our life. And I mean, we will give everything for this club.
You came into this game with the lead, but you still made such an aggressive start and scored the early goal. Talk us through the part that you played in it, because you seemed to wait for the perfect time to play that ball over to Dembele.
Yeah, I think it was very important that we score very fast. And yeah, I mean, I saw Dembele was alone, and I just have to give the ball, and he did a very good finish. I'm very proud of him and proud of the team because I mean we fight today amazing. The team spirit was amazing, and I'm really proud that I'm one of these guys.
You've already faced 4 Premier League teams this season, and you've not lost. And it's another one in the final, facing Arsenal in a few weeks' time. I think you guys quite like playing Premier League teams, don't you?
Yeah, I mean we respect all of the teams. I mean for us it's very important to play our game, and we are concentrated about that. We don't really think who gonna be your opponent. We just prepare our game and give everything in the pitch. So it will be a difficult game. Of course, it's Champions League final. Doesn't matter which team gonna be your opponent. Just have to go in the pitch and just enjoy.
We look forward to it. Thank you very much.
So he didn't get man of the match tonight, but he did become the first player to score or assist in 7 consecutive Champions League knockout games. Was that a bit long for you, that one? The way you look.
7 consecutive.
Champions League knockout game. Yeah, score or assist. So look, he's doing pretty well, really, isn't he?
What a brilliant player, honestly. I mean, I know they have loads of brilliant players, and that's the thing. One day it's Kvaratskhelia, one day it's Doué, one day it's Dembele. They got Barcola, then last season Vitinha played out of his skin, didn't he? And then they got Neves and they got Reece and the best fullbacks, Mendes and Hakimi. They're so blessed. Young Zaire Emery, who's come into the team, he's been exceptional. Played the most minutes. They're just Stevie now. They're a complete team. Any phase it needs, they can go after defensively, offensively. They're going to be here for quite some time.
They certainly are. I know I say it every game, but it really was a pleasure tonight to work this game alongside you two. Thank you very much. You've been excellent. Loads more to tell you about as well before we go off air. Look at all that. So much football. More European semi-finals tomorrow. Forest taking a slender advantage of Villa Park. That's in Europa League. Conference League, Palace, they're on the brink of a first European final as well. They just need to get the job done against Shakhtar. Liverpool face Chelsea. That's a Saturday lunchtime Premier League kickoff. And they obviously want to confirm their Champions League spot, try and sturdy that one up. On Sunday as well, we're going to bring you women's FA Cup semi-finals. Liverpool against Brighton, Chelsea against Manchester City. And then you get the first of 5 finals in 15 days on TNT Sports. Chelsea versus Manchester City in the men's FA Cup final next week, which is Saturday, the 16th of May. Right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It is PSG against Arsenal in the final of the Champions League, May the 30th. Make sure you mark it in your diaries. We will see you then.
This program was brought to you by Qatar Airways and Pepsi. UEFA Champions League, official partners.
TNT Sports, powered by BYD. 109th Giro d'Italia begins from the pits of the Balkans in Bulgaria. 22 teams begin the fight for the Malia Razor. Stage 1 coverage begins Friday at 11, live on TNT Sports and HBO Max. There is more to Argos. Oh, brain freeze.
I ain't never get those. Welcome new recruits to the Money Supermarket Training Academy. Okay, buckle up. Your crash course in saving on car insurance. The good people of Britain are driving around when suddenly they get hit with a nasty car insurance quote. That's why it's our job to stay one step ahead to bring them our best deals and save the day. Better off beginning with Money Supermarket.
You might be expecting a delicious sounding description here, but do we really need it?
Get package holidays from £289 per person and flights from £37 one way. EasyJet, get out there.
Finals. It's just not normal. It's the legend making. Heart racing. Weakness of the moon. Go on, pass. Lindsay, it's just not normal. What tonight? What the performance? What the fixing? What the great nights? It's not normal. All these finals all in one place, live on TNT Sports. The Maglia Rosa, carried by many, but claimed by one. and through the strength of an SIFC. Hunting over the 2,000 miles of unforgiving terrain, brutal climbs, and savage sprints. To wear it is rare. To finish with it is legendary. The Giro d'Italia, live only on TNT Sports. Happiness to be found, even in the darkest of time, when only remembrance to turn on the light. You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what? Things at Hogwarts are far worse than I feared.
We're always to keep it at Hogwarts. Then for the service.
The fact that star-studded Barcelona are here for the first time in more than 20 years makes it even more special. Memories of Tino Asprilla are everywhere tonight. The city's at a standstill. He could have filled the stadium many times over. It's a hairs on the back of your neck night in the tune. It's Newcastle United versus Barcelona in the Champions League. Forward by Araujo. On it goes by Rashford. I don't think I like the touch. I might have gotten a dot here. Rashford's going to shoot off. What a goal! That went in like an absolute Russian rocket. Top corner, mid-top, never saw it. And Barcelona lead 2-0. Well, that's a special strike from Marcus Rashford. Hearing teenage talent who we might well see in the World Cup. But sure, that's a good effort. We made it by two. A superb goal. It's almost got an air of so look about it. Placing it now to Onyedisi, and that's not back well by Fellini. To come back to bring up in a situation like this now. What goes under there? What the hell? He's got to keep up with it. And he go all the way. Thomas leading strong with a candidate for goal this season. Goals. Finds a way to the box. Running his stands up, something to make an impact. And Tom Dalton just scored an absolute beauty. Wow, what a goal. Does it take a deflection, regardless of whether it does or not? What a just says. Excellent. On the turn. Oh, that's summed up. It's a brilliant equaliser from Rory Jackson. Dropping deep, picking the ball up and spinning. That's a bit of class. Paul Vela level.
He's up busy, hasn't he? From Rory Jackson, and that's better from Paul Vale's point of view, getting themselves back on level 10.
It's very the star. The Taylor are starting their own right today. We've seen that flick before. Hey, Backheel. That's a near post. And the Washington Spirit showing Washington Spirit as they reclaim the lead once again. Bunked up. Moultrie. Olivia Moultrie goes for goal. Oh, Olivia Moultrie! Spectacular! On a day where a win gets Portland into the playoffs. Classic from Moultrie.
And what if all this was by Moultrie? Do not give Olivia Moultrie that much space.
TNT Sports, powered by BYD.
Live Golf returns to the US for the first time in 2026
Live from the glittering banks of the Potomac. Coverage from round one starts tomorrow at 5:30 on TNT Sports and HBO Max.
What's your favourite HBO show?
That's tough. It's got to be Succession, Sopranos, The Wire for drama. For Last of Us.
I'm really annoyed my husband watched it without me, and he said, "Oh, this will be really good." I'm like, "Well, thanks for waiting, dude."
My favourite is Game of Thrones. Which character do you like? Well, I don't think you can like too many because they're going to get their head cut off. Seeing you on top of a 700-foot ice wall going, my name's Jon Snow, protecting Wigan. If you're going to go for it, you've got to go for it.
Yeah, Succession, I haven't got all the way to the end. Am I going to enjoy the ending? I have avoided so much online trying to not know the ending. Bang my head so many times, I can't remember what happens now.
I love that.
I mean, Sinners kind of blew my mind.
I'll watch it again. I love Friends.
Did I say all right to do right? You thought rock popping?
Scanner didn't work. Hotel didn't work. Snack didn't work. Granddad's cookie didn't work.
Ever feel like you're washing off liquid, can't keep up? With Fairy Max Power, pump up your cleaning power. Our most powerful grease-cutting formula cleans tough messes effortlessly, cutting through grease 5 times faster, even in cooler water. For the ultimate squeaky clean. Fairy Max Power, pump up your cleaning power.
Finally. That's just not noisy. It's the legend magic. Art racing. Can you believe the fitness of the moon? Everyone bars. It's coming back to lights. Engine time. Oh. All right. From outside the 22. This is not normal. It's pulling this at the back. Come back.
The neck.
It's going 14 unbeaten. Right, it's not normal. All these finals, all in one place, live on TNT Sports. The Maglia Rosa, carried by many, but claimed by one. The strength of an entire team. Hunting over 2,000 miles of unforgiving terrain, brutal climbs, and savage sprints. To wear it is rare. To finish with it is legendary. The Giro d'Italia, live only on TNT Sports. Here at TNT Sports, we believe sport is for all, on the stage, in the stands, or behind the counter. Introducing Activity Pack, ideal for 11 to 14-year-olds. It makes sports TV. Step-by-step instructions, tasks, and video.